Hi, my name's Kat. Thank you for joining me today with this bar sequence. The bar is mainly lower body focused, but I will be adding in some upper body, just some gentle Pilates types of exercises to make sure we're not completely unbalanced. So if you have some little 1 kg dumbbells or some ankle weights that you can put on your wrists, then feel free to do so. Otherwise, just mimic what I'm doing with my hands. You are going to need a chair, so that's going to help us with our balancing, which is why we call it bar. If you imagine it's a ballet bar. There will be some ballet movements fused in with our Pilates. And just make sure you listen to your body throughout all of it. If it's something that doesn't feel right, especially if I'm cueing something that doesn't feel right for your individual body, then always modify it to suit you. And most importantly, I hope you enjoy it and have some fun. I'm definitely working up a sweat doing this one with you, so you'll hear me huffing and puffing. And if you really enjoy it, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends and family, and connect with me on social media as well to keep up to date with what I do in person. And I hope to connect with you soon. Namaste. We're going to start with our dumbbells for our warm-up. If you don't have them, just do the movement with your hands. So start in a second position, so turning the toes and the knees out and shoulders back and down. We go plie and up, plie and up. So keeping the chest nice and open. Up to you how deep you go into your plie. It can be small if you've got stuff going on with your knees. Do another 2. And then we'll raise the elbows and go a little higher. Try to keep your spine nice and tall. Imagine you're balancing a book on your head. One more. Then turn the palms to face in, so like a hammer curl. Four, 3, 2, 1. Then we open the elbows out and in. Shoulder blades back and in. Two more. And then we're going to go overhead. Down and push. Down and push. So 2 and 1. Turn the palms in. Elbows come down. Now we're going to open and up. Open and up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, holding up on 1. Now we go bend, stretch, bend and stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Heel up, down, heel up, down, heel up, down. Stay low. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's punch. We go forward, forward. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Lift one heel. Pulse, pulse. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And swap. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heel, bring your arms out. I'm going to go elbow to knee and up. Elbow to knee and up. Crunching into your side core, obliques, and still feeling those thighs. 4 more, both sides. And 3, 2, last one. And release. Fold forward. Bend your knees if you need. Shake it out. Take a deep breath. And softening through the knees, rolling back up. I'm going to turn side on so you can see the next one better. So now we want parallel feet, hip distance. So they're like you're standing on a railway track. I'm going to hinge at the hips, roll the shoulders back, draw the belly button up, and we row. Elbows in, release. Elbows in, release. Squeeze those shoulder blades in towards the spine. Then hold the elbows up, extend and bend. Extend and bend. Make sure you're straightening those elbows completely. 5, 4, 3, 2, holding up on one, palms up, pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your shoulders forward and then roll your shoulders back. Shoulders forward and back. Draw up your belly button and your pelvic floor. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straightening up, we reach forward, row back. Forward, row back. Hinge into that squat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in your cactus arms open and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep that belly firm, spine straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. We're going to round the arms, elbows slightly bent. We fly open and close. Still squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhaling at the hardest part of the exercise, which is when you're going against the resistance. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Folding forward. And shake out those legs. Grab your elbows, rolling up. Bring the elbows up to frame the face. And release. A nice little twist side to side. All right, let's set up your chair if you haven't already, and we'll start side on with your heels together, toes turned out, which is our first position. You have your hand on your hip, shoulders back and down, and we'll start with our plie and then zip. Plie, squeeze. 4, 3, 2, we're keeping nice and tall in the spine. 1, we add a releve. Releve, plie, releve, plie. Heel lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to stay on the toes. plie, lift, plie, lift. 8. Still squeezing into that midline, thighs and glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go down and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Heels down, lift. Heels down, lift. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do a combo. We go up, heels down, plie, heels up. Straighten heels down, plie, heels up. Up, heels down, plie, heels up. Good. Keep going. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go back the other way. Heels down, straighten, heels up, down, heels down, straighten, up, and plie. Heels down, straighten, heels up, and plie. 4 more. Last one. And pulse. Pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both heels lift, heels lift. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it out. Whew. Then we're going to go into our second. So we're only going to be doing one side because we're not doing the arm or any single leg for this little bit here. So if you wanted to hold on to the chair with the other side, you can flip it around if you want to, but it's not going to unbalance you. So second, first, second, first. Up to you how low you go into that second. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back into it. Straight into our second. Still zipping into that midline and squeezing into your glutes and your pelvic floor, even though the legs are apart now. Still nice and tall in the spine. Lifting up. Ballet posture. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go slow, slow, 2, 3, squeeze up, slow, 2, 3, squeeze up. So bring your pelvic floor into it as well. So pulling like you're trying to stop yourself from peeing, then you release, 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 and squeeze. 5, come as low as you can, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to swap. So we go fast, slow, slow, squeeze, down, squeeze, 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 and down, up, up, up. Good. Time under tension. Whew. 4 more. Last 2 if I've counted correctly. Last 1. And up. Now bring the feet together. This one is single leg, so we'll do both sides. With your leg that's furthest away from the chair, we're going to move that one. The standing leg, keep a little bend. You're going to draw a figure 8 on the ground with your toes. So imagine you're trying to go around 2 glasses. And so the hips are kind of going forward and back, side to side. So it's the hip closest to your chair that's going to be doing this kind of swivel movement in the hip socket. Then we're going to lift the toes, allows for more movement. So now the standing leg can do a little bit of a bounce. And there's a lot more hip swing. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to add on a kick. So now we go in, out, straighten. In, out, straighten both legs. In, out, straighten. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it out. Depending on the height of your chair, you may be able to bring your elbow down, flex that foot. Try and keep the leg in line with your hips and not too far forward. You're going to bend the elbow, the knee, and kick. Bend and kick. Keep your chest nice and open so we're not hunched and twisted. Shoulders and hips are aligned. Standing leg is slightly bent. Don't lock it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it bent. We're going to do a little kick behind, squeezing into your booty, but just make sure you're not arching into your lower back. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we go down, up, kick, in, down, up, kick, in. Keep that knee in line with your hip. Don't let it come too far forward. 4, 6, 5, 4. You may start to feel that standing glute, the side that's not moving. 2, and 1. Reach, down and up, down, up. For 8, 7, 6. Working into that side core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your foot behind and then lean away from your chair, opening up that side. And then the leg closest to your chair, and bring it up and stretch out that glute. Definitely warm now. Let's bring the chair over to the other side. And we'll start from our little hip figure 8s. So softening into that standing knee, we draw our figure 8 with the toe grazing the ground. Hips are swinging side or in, forward and back. Around your invisible cups on the ground. We're 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to lift the foot, bounce into that leg. So we bounce, bounce, bend, bend as you do your figure 8 around your cups, your imaginary cups on the ground. Hip goes forward and back. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to add that kick. So we go in, out, lengthen, in, out, straighten both legs. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down onto your elbow if that's available. Keep that standing leg slightly bent, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips. Flex that foot, bend and lengthen. Keep your knee in line with your hip, so not too far forward, not too far back. Belly's gently firm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to bend and you're pushing slightly back. It's only really a centimetre. So squeeze into that booty and your belly so you're not arching into the back. 4, 6, pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, up, kick, release. Down, up, kick, release. Keep that foot flexed. You're driving with your heel. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend out long. Lift, tap, lift, tap. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your foot behind. Lean away like a banana. And then the leg closest to the chair. Bring it up. Stretch out that hip. I'm going to grab your weight again if you have one. Otherwise, just mimic the movements with your arms. So we're going to come on a bit of a diagonal to the chair. You can have your elbow down if the height's right. Otherwise, just find your own positioning. The leg closest to the chair is going to be slightly bent. Squaring off the hips to face down. Pull your shoulder back. You're going to lift and tap. And if you have any back injuries, you can do this standing upright. The kick won't be as large though. You'll just be here really small. Otherwise you have to really engage into your belly because you can put a lot of pressure into your lower back here. So be mindful. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to reach forward and crunch it in. Forward, crunch it in. That standing leg is slightly bent. Don't lock it out. 4, 6. Really pull your belly button in towards your spine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it out long. We're going to flex into the foot, bend the knee and bend the elbow. Bend, lengthen, bend, lengthen. I know this one can be really awkward. Make sure you're bending into that standing leg. Your glute's going to start be burning. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to come into a lunge. Lift, lunge, lift. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back into your lunge. Hold down. Bend, stretch. Bend, stretch. You can add the heel lift if you want to. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, shake it out. My goodness. Other side. So coming into that diagonal shape. Bending into that standing leg. Roll your shoulder back. And we lift, tap, Keep the chest open, belly firm, hips facing down if you can. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reaching forward, crunch, lengthen, crunch. Keep that belly super firm to protect your lower back. The leg doesn't have to come super high. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen out, flex that foot. Bend elbow and knee. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, hello glute, 1, and lunge up. I think I've swapped the arms around, but that's okay. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come into that lunge. Nice and low, hold. Elbow bend and up. Option to raise the heel. Heel lift. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness, put that weight down. Let's do a stretch. So sticking your bum out, lengthen your spine, bend your knees, opening up the chest. Deep breath here. Feels so good. And round the spine to come up. So bring one leg forward and push your heel back on that other leg to get a stretch into your calf down the back of the leg. Make sure your feet are both facing your chair. And then to stretch into the front leg, we straighten for a little hamstring stretch. And then with your back leg, let's bring it up, heel to bum, stretching into your thigh, your quad. And then we'll swap. Calf stretch. Stretching into your front leg. And then your quad stretch, bringing your heel up towards your bum to stretch the front. Good. Shake it out. Have a drink if you want one, but stay hydrated. All right, so we're going to do a short little core sequence on the ground, and then we're pretty much done. So move the chair out of the way and bring your weights with you if you have them. And come into the tabletop position. So hands underneath each shoulder, knees under each hip, underneath each hip, should I say. Wrap that core on. You can do this with or without your weight. You'll lift opposite arm and leg. So if this is enough, you can even just balance here. Otherwise, we're going to do what we did standing. We're going to crunch in and then lengthen out. Make sure you're not raising that leg too high because you dump into the lower back. So I'm going to try and keep that lower back as stabilized as you can. There will be a little movement, but you don't want to see like a full seesaw. It's mainly just the glute That's raising up and down your bum. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding out. Lower, lift, lower, lift for 8, 7. Keep that core on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, that 1 kg makes a difference. All right, so keeping yourself nice and square, so shoulders in line, hips in line, core on. Go out to the other side. Right, crunch in, lengthen. Pull yourself in opposite directions, nice and active through arm and leg. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down and lift, down, lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Little cat-cow, round the spine. Drop the belly. Lift the chin. 2 more. Great. Let's bring the legs around in front. Do a quick little stretch. So our twist. Elbow to the outside of the knee. Look behind. Other side. Back to center. Hold on to your weights if you have them, if you want them for that matter. We're going to imprint our spine, so that's where your lower back connects down to the floor. Keep it there. Wrap your belly in. I'm going to bring the legs up to a tabletop position, and then your arms up above your shoulders. Push your shoulder blades down into the earth. So we'll start with the arm, one arm at a time. Bring it overhead, then exhale to bring it back to center. Making sure there's no movement in your ribs or your lower back. They stay down. Then you have the option of adding a toe tap to opposite leg to the arm that's moving. You can do the legs without the arms as well if you want to really focus on your form to keep that lower back connected. If you want more load, the further away that leg comes, or goes, should I say, the more load you have on your core and your lower back. So you can either just reach the leg further away with the knee still bent, or straight leg. If you've got really quickie hips, stay with the bent knee version to keep the legs a little bit closer to you. So keep re-engaging that core when it starts to switch off. And be mindful of your pelvic floor as well, so just gently humming in the background. Keep that lower back down. Let's go 3 and 2. Last one. And keeping that angle of the legs, that right angle, I'm going to bring the feet down. That will determine how far away we want the legs, and they're still hip distance. I'm going to bring the elbows out to the side, palms facing in. Let's lift those hips up. Really tuck your tailbone under, and you're pushing your pubic bone up towards your face. And you reach those arms up, and then we combine those two movements. You come down, lift, and tuck and squeeze. Working into the backs of the legs, so the booty, hamstrings. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1, bring the palms together, elbows slightly bent. We've got that fly with the legs as well. Open, zip to center, open, zip. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the palms together again. We're going to bend the elbows, weights come behind your head, and then lift it up. We'll do a little hip dip, tuck and squeeze. Hip dip, tuck and squeeze. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll back down. Bring your arms down. Windshield wiper those legs. Last core exercise. We only need one weight. Lift your left leg. We're imprinting the spine. Left hand just becomes behind the head to support the neck. Other arm with or without your weight. We crunch and lengthen. Try not to let that lower back lift and lower. Your oblique crunch with a leg lower and arm reach. We exhale as we crunch. That inhale is still active because it's holding that long lever as you're reaching away from your midline. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go over to the other side. Reach, lengthen, exhale, reach, inhale. For 3, 2, and 1. Woo, well done. Let's bring your arms into a cactus position. Let those legs windshield wiper from side to side, so have the feet quite far apart so you can get a little deeper into that twist. And let the legs fall over to the left side. If you want to go a little deeper into that stretch, your bottom foot, your left foot can come up onto that right knee. And then turn your head away. Over to the other side. Right foot on left knee and turning your head. And keeping that foot on top of the knee, hug it in. Our glute stretch, our figure 4 stretch. Feels super tight. You want to keep that left foot on the ground, that may be enough. And hug the knee in, extend that other leg out. And pull it into a twist over the body. Reach behind with your opposite arm. Deep breath here. And we'll come back to center. Shoot your leg up towards the sky. A little bit of a hamstring stretch. Pull your toes down towards your face. You can do a little point and flex. And a circle. Back the other way. Lots of crunching going on. And release. Other foot into your glute stretch. Extend the leg out long, hug the knee in, twist, palm facing up on the arm that reaches away. That will just help open up the chest a little bit more. And we come back to center. The leg goes up towards the sky. Pull the toes down towards your face for a nice stretch down the back of the leg. And then we can add in our point and flex to add a little bit more pull and ankle mobility. And circle big, as large as you can with that ankle circle, and back the other way. And bring it down. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, arms in that cactus position, which takes 3 deep breaths here to calm the nervous system down. So in through the nose, fill up your belly. Long exhale. In. Out. Last one. And letting your breath return back to normal. Let your whole body relax. Trying to find stillness within the mind just for a second. If you're not sure how to do that, ask yourself the question, what is my next thought going to be? And that usually gives us a delicious moment where we have silence in the mind. Let's bring those legs back together. Roll onto your side. Come up to any comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together in prayer. And just taking a moment to end your practice with gratitude for your incredible body, never taking for granted what you just did and how you move. Bring your hands up to your forehead. Thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your beautiful energy with me. Namaste.